Feel free to move over to the left. That is the better view. Please spread accordingly. Thank you.
what you like, what I like. Why can't we both be right? Attacking, defending, until there's nothing left worth winning. Your pride and my pride. Don't waste my time. Take from my hands, put in your hands the fruit of all my grief. Lying down ain't easy, and everyone needs pleasing. I can't get no relief. Living ain't no fun, the constant dedication, keeping the water and power on. There ain't no money left. Why can't I catch my breath? I'm gonna work myself to death.
Well, good morning, everyone. All right, a little louder this time. Good morning, everyone. There we go. My name is Brent Christensen. I'm the president and CEO of the Greensboro Chamber of Commerce, and it is my honor and pleasure to stand here before you today on this great day of celebration. My script here says that I'm supposed to say it's another beautiful day here in the Carolina core, where the future of flight will be built right here in this incredible building behind me. And it is. It's always a beautiful day in the Carolina core. We do have a little cloud cover today, but I think we should all be appreciative of that, right? I mean, it could be 95 degrees. So we're in great shape here today. This is perfect weather for a great event. Today's event marks the culmination of vision, of dedication, of hard work. And this factory represents a significant investment in our community, providing job opportunities and fostering economic growth in our region. It is a momentous occasion on the journey to making sustainable supersonic flight a reality. I would like to extend my heartfelt thank you to everyone who made this possible and turned this vision into reality. And when I say thank you, it's to all of you all, because you all are the ones that helped make this vision into reality. And now I get an opportunity to invite the person behind the vision for a faster future and the reason that we are all here today. Help me welcome to the stage Boom Supersonic founder and CEO, Blake Scholl. Blake.
Well, good morning, and thank you, Brent. I'd like to open with a quote. If you decide to try your flying machine here and come, I will take pleasure in doing all I can for your convenience and success. And I assure you, you will find a most hospitable people if you come among us. Those were the words of William Tate, the postmaster of a little community on the Outer Banks called Kitty Hawk, right here in the great state of North Carolina. When he was writing to the Wright brothers, when they were looking for a place to fly their airplane. And those are the words that you said to me, Brent, 3 years ago when we first met. At the time, Boom was shopping for a second home, a place where we would build our Overture Supersonic airliner. And Brent, you handed me those words on a beautiful piece of canvas mounted by students on a state-of-the-art sheet of carbon fiber. Wow, I remember thinking, I don't know yet if he's got the best product, but he's definitely got the best sales pitch. Back then, Boom had yet to fly our first airplane, and the design for our supersonic airliner was but a twinkle in our eyes. I grew up, like William and Orville, in Ohio, less than an hour from their bike shop in Dayton. Us Ohioans have a long history of coming here to North Carolina when it's time to do our best work. Brent, Governor Cooper, everything you promised about North Carolina has absolutely been true. And we have found here what the Wright brothers found, a passionate community as excited about the supersonic future of flight as we are at Boom, and ready to join arms to create that future together. Indeed, what we're building here in Greensboro has significance well outside of the triad. What we're doing here will have impact nationally, no, even globally. In America, we have always been great at inventing new kinds of products. The airplane was invented here, as was the microchip. But in chips, we made the mistake of letting the next generation of most advanced products get built in Asia, not in the US. The most valuable advanced manufacturing jobs left the country in semiconductors, and it's proven ferociously difficult to get those jobs back once they have left. To keep American leadership in aviation manufacturing here in the United States, what we need to do is to build the next generation of the most advanced products here in the US, not in China. The supersonic airliners we are building here in Greensboro will be delivered to airlines on 6 continents, ensuring the future of American leadership in aerospace manufacturing. The Overture Superfactory behind me is designed to produce 33 Overture supersonic airliners. And we plan to build 2, maybe 3 of these factories here on our campus in Greensboro. That's up to 100 state-of-the-art supersonic airliners taking flight from Greensboro every year. This is where United, American, and Japan Airlines are going to come to pick up their new jets. Those airplanes together will carry hundreds of millions of passengers across their lifetime. That's hundreds of millions of passengers crisscrossing the globe at twice the speed of a Boeing or Airbus. And I'd like to invite you to imagine with me what it will mean for those passengers. Imagine a family here in Greensboro able to visit Africa or Asia as easily as we would visit Europe today. Or imagine taking a long weekend in Europe instead of a road trip to the coast. Think of the children who will grow up having broken bread on other continents and learned firsthand about our shared humanity from having met other people in person. And also think of those children who will grow up with their parents at home because the supersonic flight brought mom home from her meeting in time to make dinner. That is the future we are building of faster, sustainable supersonic flight. 3 years ago, the factory behind me was but a hill of dirt. And 3 years from now, this factory will be humming with the first Overture supersonic airliner ready to emerge from those hangar doors. I'd like you to join me in thanking all of you for your work that made this possible. And I'd like to extend a special thank you to North Carolina Secretary of Commerce, Michelle Baker Sanders, to our Senate leader, Phil Berger, to BE&K President and CEO, Frank Hawley, to the Piedmont Triad Airport Authority Chairman, Paul Mangert, and to our U.S. Senators, Tom Tillis and Ted Budd. You'll hear from all of them today. Now, please join me in welcoming to the stage our Secretary of Commerce of the great state of North Carolina, Michelle Baker Sanders.
Good morning to everyone. Glad to see everyone here. It is another great day in North Carolina, and thank you, Blake, for your leadership and for your confidence in our great state. It's good to be back in the Piedmont Triad region and part of the Carolina Core. When it comes to economic development, I say that this region is a beating heart for North Carolina and its incredible success, wouldn't you? Yes, I think we all agree. So we're talking about new jobs, new investments that are benefiting our state and benefiting the people across all of the communities. We're seeing success because we're building North Carolina's future with industries of the future. Supersonic air travel is the future, no doubt about that, to be able to take a weekend travel to Europe and feel like it's kind of like a road trip and probably less strenuous than a road trip. So we have cemented our leadership in the Southeast fast-growing battery belt with companies like Toyota and Wolfspeed powering tremendous growth in the electric vehicle and clean energy sector. Since my time at Commerce and under Governor Cooper's leadership, we've announced nearly 54,000 jobs and $39 billion in capital investment. As a matter of fact, since Governor Cooper's leadership, he's announced nearly 115,000 new jobs in our state, and that deserves a round of applause. The numbers demonstrate the power of working together, the power of collaboration in North Carolina, and the power of our skilled, diverse, talented workforce that we have here, which is our greatest asset. All we look at the future together, and as we look at that, it's my hope that we will continue to strengthen our workforce, reduce barriers for people looking to join our workforce, and be unafraid to address some of the key challenges that our workers face, like adequate child care and health care. When North Carolina's businesses are diverse, equitable, and inclusive, our workforce and our economy is not only stronger, it is competitive. In today's business world, we know that North Carolina must be first in talent, not just first in flight. And now it's my pleasure, as we get the roaring background noise there, to introduce our #1 champion, our #1 advocate, and our #1 leader, my boss, the 75th governor of this great state of North Carolina. Everyone, please welcome Governor Roy Cooper.
Thank you, Secretary Sanders. Thank you guys for your leadership. I see Mayor Vaughn and Mayor Joines and Chair Austin, a lot of local government officials. I see Senator Garrett there. I appreciate deeply the good work that's gone into this. You know, Blake, a little over 3 years ago, you and I met in a room down the street. And then 2.5 years ago, we came here to this airport to announce this great project. 18 months ago, we broke ground on this project. And today, we cut the ribbon. I'd say that's supersonic speed when you're talking about economic development. And you know, it's fitting that this company will bring supersonic travel to the masses and that it is building this facility at the speed of sound. I'm glad that Blake mentioned the Wright brothers. 120 years ago, we took to the skies, making North Carolina first in flight. Blake, we give Ohio a close second on that, and you can claim it too. But now we're launching the new supersonic future of flight that helps us to go faster and to foster a clean energy economy. Not only is Overture going to get us across the pond in under 4 hours, they will do it in a clean, sustainable way with sustainable fuel and manufacturing. North Carolina is taking off. We're becoming a clean energy epicenter, but we're also becoming a center for the aerospace industry. From HondaJet to Marshall Aerospace right here in PTI, to Pratt & Whitney in Asheville, to the expansion of FRC East at the Global Transpark near Kinston, we are growing our aviation workforce and looking for even more aeronautics companies to come here. It's been great getting to work with the entire Boom Supersonic team. This has been a phenomenal achievement. Already you have orders for 130 planes from giants like American Airlines, United, Japan Airlines. You're working with government and defense. You've had a wildly successful test flight with the XB-1. You keep attracting more and more investors. I told Blake that he'd be getting people to have their checkbooks out to get today. Sometimes we all have to take a little bit of a risk. This risk will pay off for your company, for its employees and their families and their contractors, for the state of North Carolina, and for the world. Here in our state, we're looking at about 1,700 new great paying jobs. Our state's economists have estimated that there will be about a $32.3 billion growth to our economy over the next 20 years as a result of this project. On top of that, clean supersonic air travel will better connect us to the world, helping us share ideas with each other, helping us save time, growing our economy, learning more about different cultures, and reconnecting with loved ones. One of the things we commit to do in North Carolina is to make sure that Boom Supersonic has the skilled workforce they need to get this job done. And that means making sure we invest in education from cradle to career, making it a priority, making sure that affordable child care is available so that children can get the early education that they need, so that parents can get jobs, and so companies like Boom Supersonic can hire those parents. We all need to pull together in a bipartisan way to do it, just like we've pulled together in a bipartisan way to make this a reality today. I thank you all for the work. And speaking of the bipartisan work together on this project, which has been significant and with many other projects, I would introduce to you the President Pro Tem of the Senate, Phil Berger.
Thank you, Governor, and thank you, Boom, for, well, what we're doing today, but more importantly, for what you're going to be doing in the future. Of course, I'm not sure what they're going to do with these scissors, but I've never seen any quite like that. You know, every time I visit PTI, I am reminded of just the incredible change and growth that we have seen in this region. And Boom and the Overture Super Factory are just a cornerstone of that change and growth. You know, North Carolina has a prime spot in aviation history. It's been alluded to. Nearly 300 miles east of here is where the birthplace of aviation took place. And today we celebrate the latest in aviation and aerospace innovation. You know, North Carolina is a fit for Boom and for other innovators because of our phenomenal homegrown workforce and talent. And we've got representatives, I see Chancellor Martin here, we've got representatives of our universities, fine universities here, again, that's one of the things that makes North Carolina a destination. Our world-class educational infrastructure prepares North Carolinians to fill the jobs created right here in the Triad and across the state. And North Carolina is a longtime leader in groundbreaking research and innovation. The fact that the future of supersonic flight with Overture is going to be produced right here in North Carolina is monumental for our state. Over the years, I've gotten to know the folks at Boom. They're committed to the success, their success in North Carolina and to North Carolina's success. They see real promise in the Triad region. You know, we talk about how the state is investing in this facility and in them. Just think about the investment that Boom is making and the confidence Boom has in North Carolina as a place for them to grow and develop. This is another example that validates the public policy formula that we've followed over the past decade and a half, creating an environment for a strong economy that by keeping taxes low, removing burdensome red tape, and having an educated, well-trained workforce has positioned North Carolina as the place where where companies like Boom can find success. And you know, that doesn't happen by accident. That happens thanks to the work of local and state leaders firmly committed to maintaining that business and private sector employment environment. It is incumbent upon us to continue working together to ensure that North Carolina remains a destination for job creation and for job growth. And we will not retreat from those efforts. North Carolina is the multi-year top state in the nation for business for a reason. And that reason is the formula that I mentioned before and the people that fill the jobs that are being created. Today's ribbon cutting is a direct result of that formula, and I'm thrilled to see the Overture factory come to life, to see the return of supersonic commercial passenger service, and to see North Carolina at the forefront of aviation innovation. Again, I want to thank you for having me here. I want to thank the members. I know Senator Garrett was recognized. I don't know if there are any other members of the General Assembly here. If you are, if you please stand. It's those folks that adopt the policy that enables a lot of the things that are happening in North Carolina today. Again, thank you for allowing me to be here today. And now I introduce Kathy Manning. Kathy is the Congresswoman from the 6th District of North Carolina.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Congresswoman Kathy Manning. I am so proud to represent North Carolina's 6th Congressional District. And before I start, I'd like to thank Governor Cooper, Leader Berger, Secretary Sanders for being here to help us celebrate this really momentous occasion for our community. And I'd like to thank all the other elected officials who are here from the county, city, and state level. I can't call you all out, but it's great to see so many elected officials here with us today. This is an exciting milestone for North Carolina, for Greensboro, and for PTI. I want to applaud Kevin Baker and Paul Mangert for their steadfast commitment to ensuring that PTI is a place where businesses are excited to come and plant their roots. And I want to give a special shout out to Henry Isaacson, who I see sitting over there. Henry has guided our airport authority for so many years, and we're glad you're here for this today, Henry. All of the work that you have done has undoubtedly helped build PTI to be a hub of aviation innovation. And of course, I want to recognize Blake Scholl's tremendous work, as he looks too young, doesn't he, to have founded this whole big company? But we are so delighted that you are here, that you chose Greensboro, the PTI Airport, to build your pioneering new company. We all know, as been said before, that North Carolina, the first in-flight state, boasts a rich aviation history, and today, with the completion of the Super Factory, where Boom will build the new future of high-speed travel, North Carolina's legacy of excellence in aviation will live on. This super factory will be the birthplace of Boom's sustainable supersonic airliner called Overture, marking the return of supersonic travel. This airliner will bring good-paying jobs to the Triad, add billions to the state's economy, boost American global competitiveness through cutting-edge technology. And right now, thanks to historic investments made under President Biden, we're experiencing a resurgence of American manufacturing. And with it, we are pioneering new technologies and reinvigorating local economies. And Boom Supersonic's Super Factory is helping ensure that the Triad and North Carolina stay at the forefront of this movement. North Carolina was chosen for this facility not only because of our history in aviation, but also because of our renowned educational institutions and their capacity to train North Carolina's workers for advanced manufacturing roles and to land our planes safely, as we're seeing right here behind us. In Congress, I'm working to ensure that our workforce is prepared to seize these new opportunities. As a member of the Education and Workforce Committee in Congress and a leader of the task force dedicated to workforce development, I am laser focused on ensuring that our community's students and workers can access important hands-on training in the aviation and manufacturing sectors. And that's why I was proud to pass amendments to the Federal Aviation Administration's authorization that will enhance youth aviation training and increase engagement with HBCUs in the aviation workforce development. And we are proud to have the largest HBCU right here in our district, North Carolina A&T State University. With all of our incredible institutions of higher education like A&T, Guilford Tech, UNCG, and so many others right here in our community, we know our workers will be able to learn the skills necessary to keep our aviation and manufacturing-driven economy thriving. With the Overture Supersonic Factory now complete, I look forward to seeing its positive impacts on our communities and our economy, as well as the continued contribution it will make to aerospace history here in North Carolina. So here's to a brighter and faster future. It's my pleasure to introduce Frank Holly, President and CEO of BE&K Building Group.
Good morning, everybody. What a great day for the state of North Carolina, for Greensboro, and for the aviation and aerospace industry. We do a lot of work in this industry, and this is one of the most exciting projects we've worked on in a long, long time. Just talking to Governor and Secretary in the building a few minutes ago, and I told them that every time I'm around them, good things happen for North Carolina and good things happen for BE&K, so we're going to try to start spending a lot more time with you if you don't mind. And I have to say that the job you've done leading our economic development teams is just phenomenal, so thank you so much for that. So we're proud to unveil Boom's Supersonic's new 180,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility, the Overture Super Factory, and just a few fun facts about this facility, soon to be LEED certified facility. It has 10,000 cubic yards of concrete. Not that all of you are interested in that, but it kind of turns us guys on. 1,700 tons of structural steel, 120 miles of electrical wire, and 4.5 acres of metal wall panels. This building with cutting-edge technology marks a significant advancement in our industry. Designed to streamline the production process and foster innovation, it stands as a testament to excellence and future-forward thinking. Boom's technology promises to revolutionize air travel, cutting travel times in half and making global connectivity more accessible. This facility will soon produce faster aircraft and set new standards in environmental responsibility and efficiency. We look forward to the exciting future that Boom Supersonic is pioneering. Today also provides us the opportunity to thank Boom personally for entrusting BE&K with a part of your vision, for inviting us to join your professional team, and for allowing BE&K to contribute to a project that promises to transform the future of air travel. And I want to personally thank Chris Taylor, Ann Bilecki, and the whole Boom team. You've been phenomenal to work with, and when you can do a job like this and you're still friendly at the end of it, you know you've had a good job, right? So we think we have that. I also want to say a heartfelt thank you to BE&K's team. I'd be remiss not to mention them. Project Executive Mike Bombach, Senior Project Manager Jason Boyles, General Superintendent Tommy Morrow, Superintendent Michael King, Assistant Project Manager Jeremy Little, and Safety Manager Chris Crosby, who managed this entire project without a single OSHA recordable incident. And I think I'm more proud of that than anything else. But your hard work, devotion, and adherence to the highest safety and quality standards have been the backbone of this project. We are immensely proud of what we have achieved together. I also want to acknowledge and thank our invaluable design partner, BRPH, Brian, Marty, and Jeff, and many others, and all other design collaborators, as well as our awesome subcontractor partners. Your design expertise, partnership, and support have been indispensable to this project's success. So thank you very much. Enjoy this day. And next, I'd like to introduce Paul Mingert, the Chair of Piedmont Triad Airport Authority.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Paul Mengert, Chairman of the Piedmont Triad International Airport Authority. It's the sound of money. Firstly, Blake, thank you to you and your entire Boom team on behalf of the authority. This is quite a milestone of the completion of the Super Factory. We're very proud to have you here in Greensboro. It's certainly our excitement to welcome Boom and all of your current and future employees to our esteemed aerospace campus, and our excitement for your arrival here is truly unmeasurable. I would also like to acknowledge my fellow board members that are here today. Mayor Joines, Winston-Salem Mayor Joines, Dr. Barney Jackson, NCA&T Chancellor Harold Martin, and former chairman, who was acknowledged earlier, Henry Isaacson, who is also here with us today. On behalf of our board, I want to thank the airport staff. particularly Executive Director Kevin Baker, who unfortunately had out-of-state family commitments today and sends his regrets in regards to everyone, as well as Assistant Executive Director Alex Rosser and our entire airport team, which makes these kind of accomplishments possible. And of course, there are many people that go into leading to attracting a company like Boom to come to the Carolina Core. City council members from Greensboro, High Point, and Winston-Salem all appoint members to our airport authority, as well as the Guilford County and Forsyth County boards of commissioners. And we give our special thanks to these bodies for all of the work they have done to help make today possible, as well as our legislative leaders and certainly Governor Cooper, Secretary Michelle Baker Sanders, Senator Berger, Speaker Moore, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today, Representative Manning. It's always a pleasure to have you on our campus. And I also want to recognize DOT Chair Mike Fox, who is here with us today, who did a lot of work to help lead us to have the facilities available to make things like today possible. To all of our elected officials and community leaders who have assisted the airport, your unwavering support for our mission to attract new industry and high-paying jobs to the Triad is certainly invaluable and very appreciated. As we celebrate today, we're grateful for the efforts that everyone's made and the achievements that are about to take place. We look forward to seeing aircraft roll out of the super factory. So thanks to everyone for your collaboration in bringing high-paying jobs to the Triad. They will be joining the 22,000 people who are currently employed on or related to this campus in the aerospace industry. And by the way, the PTI global workforce, and I say global meaning related to it, has more than tripled in the last decade, bringing not only more jobs, but high-paying jobs to the Piedmont Triad. Days like today are really a testament to the hard work that's been done at PTI and in the Triad and the state of North Carolina's commitment to good jobs and to the aerospace community. Our dedication here at PTI to maintain near shovel-ready sites for both emerging and established aerospace companies ensures that we're always prepared to support new ventures like Boom and expansion of our existing airport partners like the Honda jet we saw land a few minutes ago. Together, we bring innovation and good jobs to North Carolina and particularly the Piedmont Triad. As others have mentioned, it's fitting that this is in North Carolina since aviation began here 121 years ago on December 17th, 1903. I will give a little nod to Ohio since I also have Ohio roots, but the flight took place in North Carolina. We continue to honor the pioneering spirit that North Carolina has, fostering growth and innovation in the aerospace community, which again brings us jobs that are so vital to our community. Blake and your team, once again, congratulations and welcome to PTI. We really are honored that you have chosen us, and that comes from our entire team and the entire Triad and the entire state of North Carolina. We look forward to returning to this spot to celebrate the rollout of the first Overture airplane. And with that, I'd like to ask Blake to come back to the stage for a few closing words.
Thank you all so much for your kind words. And Governor Cooper, I want to especially thank you for your leadership. We absolutely would not be here if it weren't for you. And I'm looking forward to calling you and telling you it's time to update the state license plate. First in Supersonic flight, too. All right. Well, we're going to have our ribbon cutting here in a couple minutes. But before we do that, I'd like us to turn to the screens. We're going to hear from our North Carolina senators, Tom Tillis and Ted Budd.
Hi everyone, Senator Ted Budd here. It's my pleasure to help welcome Boom Supersonic to the Old North State. The completion of construction on the Overture Super Factory not only represents the first supersonic airliner factory in the United States, it continues America's leadership in aerospace manufacturing. The economic impact of Boom on North Carolina is immense. Their manufacturing program is poised to grow our state's economy by at least $32 billion, and the Super Factory will create more than 2,400 jobs. North Carolina is famously first in flight, and now we can add the distinction as being first in supersonic flight as well. Thanks again for the chance to speak to you today, and welcome to North Carolina.
Hi, I'm Tom Tillis, Senator from the great state of North Carolina. I want to congratulate everyone at Boom Supersonic on the opening of your new state-of-the-art Overture Super Factory in Greensboro. Boom Supersonic's investment at PTI is yet another example of why North Carolina remains the best state in the nation to do business. Over 100 years after the Wright brothers' historic first flight on the shores of Kitty Hawk, Boom Supersonic's new factory represents a major development in the future of flight and the aerospace history. I'm proud to see the future of supersonic flight taking shape in North Carolina. The billions of dollars in economic growth and over 2,000 jobs this investment will bring is a clear indication of the positive impact of Boom Supersonic's presence in our state. Once again, congratulations to the entire team at Boom Supersonic on the opening of your new manufacturing site. I look forward to seeing you continue to grow and invest in our great state.
Thank you. And now we're ready for our ribbon cutting.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned while we get set up for the ribbon cutting.
Are these scissors big enough? Let's see. Right? Yeah. Substantial. All right. Okay. I'm sorry? I need your headset. Okay.
update on music? Okay. Great. I'm gonna go grab the boss.
Where's Laura? Can we get people over?
Okay. Got it. All right, guys. We can start maybe down at 10:10. Just make sure to project so we see over the landing.
Yes, sir. Oh, I feel very confident about this project, as do the people who have invested billions of dollars in it, as all of the major airlines who have made orders to this company. They see that this is an airline that's going to happen, that this plane with supersonic speed and sustainable fuel is the future of aviation. Yes, it's a bit of a risk, but North Carolina's incentives mostly are on the performance-based side. They actually have to create the jobs at the salaries that they say they're going to create. Obviously, we made this investment here with the super factory and the roads, but that's an important investment for this airport anyway. So I feel good about it. I feel good about the future. I think it's important for North Carolina to lead the way in the new supersonic air travel in the world. Yeah. We'll get you all those figures. We'll get you all those figures. Yeah, these companies are smart. They know that workforce is the #1 priority before they make a choice. They've seen that we have the best community college system in the country. They see that we have one of the best arrays of public and private universities in the country, that we have more HBCU students than any place in the country. And I believe that we will have the workforce for them. It needs to be a higher skilled workforce because of these new manufacturing jobs that are being created. That's why investments in education from cradle to career are so important. So we're hoping that these companies will help us to push the General Assembly to make sure that we continue these investments so that we can create the kind of workforce that they expect. We're doing it now, but we need to lay the groundwork to do it decades into the future, particularly as these jobs require more and more skill and training. Yeah, I think we're already realizing how connected we are on this planet. Our world economy affects everybody across the globe. And it's so important for us to make sure that our state and our country are diverse because that makes us stronger, and the connections that we make across the globe are important not only to our economy but to people's lives. I mean, when you look at our tourism economy in North Carolina, being able to get here a lot faster from all over the world will help grow that economy, but it will also help with the education of children, with cultural exchange that I think will help us all be able to get along better, and also allow us to grow our economy in a way that I think is going to be extraordinary and unprecedented. So if I'm a small business owner, I'm looking at these large companies that are coming to the Triad and thinking, hey, maybe I can get a supply contract, or maybe I can get a maintenance contract or a cleaning contract with this company. If I'm a family, I'm thinking, hey, maybe somebody in our family can get one of these jobs that'll be better paying than what we have now. What they're thinking is if they are involved in the tourism business in any way, hey, this is a company that's going to bring more people to North Carolina. There's so many positives here, and particularly being on the cutting edge of supersonic travel in a sustainable way. Having a clean energy economy, that is the future. We're getting that reputation more and more, not only across the country but across the world. That's a good thing because it helps put money in the pockets of North Carolina families. Sure. Yeah. Boom Supersonic could have chosen anywhere to decide to build this factory, and they had a lot of suitors. Yeah, this was an emerging company, but many states in this country saw the promise of what they were creating here as the investors and as the airlines who have already ordered airplanes saw. We saw that too. So yeah, this was a nip and tuck thing. At the end of the day, Boom chose North Carolina. I don't think our incentives were the biggest, but what I do know is that we had the right people and the right attitude, and I think you saw that from the CEO today, that he made a connection with the people here in North Carolina, believing that we believed in what he and his company were doing, and I think that played a huge role in that decision-making process. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's important because North Carolina is a state of first. We are also a state of minds. We have the kind of people, I think, that can help to make us first. And look, you know, the Concorde tried this decades ago, and the Concorde did reach supersonic speeds, but it was too expensive and too burdensome, and it did not have sustainable fuel. This is going to be a lighter airplane. This is going to have sustainable fuel, and this is going to be affordable. And I think that's what is the key, and the key difference here in what the plight of the Concorde was and what the Overture is going to be about. And I think that people see that promise and are investing in it, and it's great that North Carolina is able to play such a huge role in it. One of the great things about North Carolina's economic development is that we have a coordinated effort with our local government, our local economic development, with our Economic Development Partnership of North Carolina and our State Commerce Department and my office. We understand what the goal is. We talk with each other. We exchange ideas. We work to make sure we put the best face forward. If we're not agreeing with each other, if we're not communicating, then companies sense that immediately, And if we're not getting along, then they've got other places they need to go. So I think that cooperation, coordination has been a key to our success in the record numbers of jobs that we've been announcing over the last few years.